Alright, so let's see how you made out with the homework. We're just going to keep working on the packet today. So this first expression is going to be negative 2x to the second minus 8x minus 3x minus 12 equals 0. Combining our like terms would be negative 2x squared minus 11x minus 12 equals 0, which is not the same thing. And actually, from the beginning, we would even know that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the first term is always going to be this times this. And we have to get positive 2x to the second. Well, negative 2x times x is definitely not going to be positive 2x to the second. So A and D could not be answers. But let's just go through them to see if you distributed correctly. For the second one, we're going to do 2x times x plus 2x times negative 4, 3 times x, and then 3 times negative 4. So we get 2x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 12, which is 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 equals 0. Close, but those middle terms are not the same. B can't possibly be right, so hopefully C is the right answer. Let's see. 2x times x plus 2x times 4 minus 3 times x minus 3 times 4 gives us 2x to the second plus 8x minus 3x minus 12, or 2x to the second, combining our like terms, would be 5x minus 12 equals 0. That is the correct answer. I did ask you to do this for homework, so let's just see what happens with our final option, just to make sure that you get it correct. So we'll do negative 2x times x. Again, that there's no way that could be 2x squared. But let's just do it to make sure we can multiply correctly. And then negative 2x times negative 4, 3 times x, and then 3 times negative 4. Remember, we multiply the numbers, and anytime we multiply the same letter, we add their powers. This would be negative 2x to the second plus 8x plus 3x minus 12. Combining our like terms would be negative 2x squared plus 11x minus 12. And that is not what they give us, so the correct answer is C. Let's move on to the next problem in our packet, number 4. Problem number 4, it says consider the expression 6x to the third minus 5x squared y minus 24xy squared plus 20y to the third. And it's asking us to figure out which ones are the same. Well, we have 4 options. We have x to the second times 6x minus 5y plus 4y to the second times 6x plus 5y. We have option B is x squared times 6x minus 5y plus 4y to the second times 6x minus 5y. Option C is x to the second times 6x minus 5y minus 4y to the second times 6x plus 5y. And option D is x to the second times 6x minus 5y minus 4y to the second times 6x minus 5y. Now we could do a problem like this a couple of different ways. One thing we could do is we could absolutely distribute just like we did before, and see which answer choice gives us the same thing as the original. Just like we did before, and you'll have plenty of time to do that. One thing that might be confusing is to do what's called factor by grouping. Factor by grouping means we cut the problem in half and take out a GCF from each half. Hopefully you're learning about this in your Algebra 1 classes. What a GCF means is greatest common factor. So what we're going to try to do is figure out what that is in each half. So if we cut this down the middle, just look at each half. The greatest common factor between 6 and 5, meaning the greatest number that goes into 6 and 5, is 1. This has x to the third, this has x to the second. We're looking to see how many x's they have in common, meaning what's the highest number you could take away from both of those. Well, we could take one x away and make this x to the second and x to the first, or we could take two x's away, because this has 3 and this has 2. So the most they have in common is x to the second. Next, what we're going to do is divide each of these by that greatest common factor. And this has y, this one does not have y, so they're not in common. If we divide by 1x to the second and 1x to the second, we get 6x to the first. When you divide, you subtract the powers. It's the opposite as when you multiply, you add the powers, minus 5y. Let's see the next term. Between negative 24 and 20, the greatest number that goes into 24 and 20 is 4. Because this is negative, we're going to be taking out a negative 4. That's a rule. If the y number is negative, the GCF has to be negative. This has 1x, this doesn't have any, so there's no x that's in common. This has y to the second, this has y to the third. So the most that we could take out of both at one time is 2. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to be dividing both of these terms by our GCF of negative 4y to the second. And negative 24 divided by negative 4, it would be 6x. 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5y. So let's see what answer choice looks like this. This one has a positive, so there's no way that could be correct. We have to have negative 4y squared, so this one can't be correct either. Taking a look at the last two options, we have x squared times 6x minus 5y minus 4y squared times 6x plus 5y. The problem is that both of these are negative. This is what's going to be another greatest common factor between the terms, and if you factor correctly, they're going to be exactly the same. C does not have them exactly the same, but D does. That's why D is our correct answer. So what I'm going to do is let's skip part B. What I'm going to ask, no, we could probably do part B next. Part B is asking, what are factors of 6x to the third minus 5x squared y minus 24xy squared plus 20y to the third? And we talked about factors earlier on. We said factors are what you multiply to get the product. Let's see where that is. I'm trying to figure out where it is. Here it is. Factorization means what can you multiply to get the same thing? Writing as a product. So let me show you how it looks for this problem. We already saw that once we factor it by cutting it down the middle, we would get 1x to the second times 6x minus 5y minus 4y to the second times 6x minus 5y. You see how these are in common? If they're in common, what we could do is we could actually factor those out. So what our final answer would look like is it would look like 6x minus 5y, that's what's in common, times what's left over. LO means left over. Each of these would be considered a factor. Remember, factors we multiply together. So taking a look at the answer choices, and I'm trying to see, do I see 6x minus 5y anywhere? Right here. So that would definitely be a factor. And then do I see x squared minus 4y squared anywhere? I do not. So because we don't see that anywhere, that wouldn't, the only option would be option B. That's the only correct answer. Finally, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5, it's saying we have 3 x to the 5th plus 8x to the 3rd minus 7x squared minus 6x to the 3rd. And sometimes people get confused. Sometimes people want to start distributing, but we only distribute if we're multiplying them together. So if this wasn't there and it was written like that, you would absolutely multiply them together. But because there's a negative in front, that really means there's a negative 1 in front. If there's no number, it's automatically 1. Same thing with this. So this actually goes back to an earlier problem. What we could do is just distribute and then combine like terms. If there were 2 parentheses next to each other, you would absolutely FOIL or distribute. But because there's a number in between, that's why we do this instead. So let's see what that looks like, and then I'll give you a little homework problem for next time I talk to you. This would be 1 times 3x to the 5th plus 1 times 8x to the 3rd minus 1 times 7x squared minus 1 times negative 6x to the 3rd. This would be 3x to the 5th plus 8x to the 3rd minus 7x squared plus 6x to the 3rd. Let's combine our like terms. We have an x to the 3rd and an x to the 3rd, so we can combine those together. Remember, a like term has the same letter or variable and the same power. So this would be 3x to the 5th plus 14x to the 3rd minus 7x squared. That would be the answer. And taking a look at our answer choices, matches would be option C. C would be the only correct answer. So for homework, I'm going to ask you to do a couple problems. One, I'm going to ask you to factor by using grouping. This is what we did earlier in today's lesson, where you cut it down the middle and you take out a GCF. The problem looks like this. X to the third plus 2x squared minus 3x minus 6. Please factor that by grouping. And then the second problem I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to simplify 2x to the third plus 4x to the second minus 3x to the third minus 5x to the fourth. Please try those for homework. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you very much. And I think we'll be looking at a quiz next time too.